guys, Work here, welcome back to the bench, and welcome to the 500 round review of the CZ P10F. That's right, we've gotten 500 rounds through this thing, and now I'm going to break down what I've seen with this thing so far. Now, I do want to preface this, as the optics plates are not readily available. I do not have an optic yet, so this is going to be merely a review on the form and function of this firearm in its delivered state. Now, also I want to point out that I have broken down and cleaned this one time. That was right when I got it. I took everything apart, wiped it down, oiled it up, put it back together, and that was the only time that I've cleaned this, and it will remain the only time that I clean this, probably until I decide to run it in USPSA, and then I'll clean it the night before I take it out. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So as we covered the last time, the P10F is the full-size version of the CZ P10. It has a 19-round magazine and comes with 2 of them. And thus far, after 500 rounds, this thing has functioned flawlessly. I put the recoil impulse of this thing in between the Glock 17 and the Glock 34. Not quite as soft shooting as the Glock 34, but definitely softer shooting than the 17. The nice long grip that they give you, which is definitely a full hand grip. My hands are on the medium side, and as you see, I have an entire knuckle's worth of grip still at the bottom. So when I build my support hand grip, I've got plenty of grip down here to be able to control. The trigger thus far on the P10F is just excellent. It's got the standard P10F take-up, but I do feel that the brake is slightly tighter than that of my P10C with the older style trigger. The P10F does have an improved trigger, and I think the main improvement was stabilizing that wall in there. That stiff wall of that trigger, with still maintaining around a 5 to 6 pound trigger pull, gives you a very controllable, very consistent trigger pull every time. That, mixed with the grip size and this extremely adequate grip texturing back here, makes this an extremely controllable pistol. The grip texturing is slightly less than the older P10C models, but still highly adequate to give you plenty of purchase on the back of this. The big swept beaver tail up here gives you the ability to choke up high without running the risk of slide bite. On my Gen 3 Glock, I have to be extremely careful about how high I choke up because I do get slide bite on that gun. On the P10C and the P10F, I don't have that issue. While we're back here, let's go ahead and go to sights. We do have blacked out sights in the back and a big orange dot in the front. That big orange dot does help with very quick sight acquisition, and it does have a tritium vial in there for night sights. However, without any type of tritium in the back, you're still probably going to be relying on sight profile rather than that tritium to be able to line up your sights in the dark. One thing you guys may remember from my initial impressions on this is that rattle. That rattle is all but gone. It's still there slightly, but it has worked out. The pistol has worn into itself and has actually become a little bit tighter and more refined through firing. Wear and tear on the pistol is next to none. Now, I do not have a holster for this yet, so we won't be able to see if there's any holstering issues with the finish for quite a while. I'm still working on that. I do need something, as I do plan on running this in USPSA this year. Magazine wear and tear is as to be expected. They're just a little dirty. Everything else is nice. The magazines are CZ's extremely nice metal magazines. If you guys take a look back at my modifications on the P07 mags to make it function in my P10C, you can see just how tough these magazines are. They're made with a spring steel that even hardened and carbide drill bits have a very rough time getting through. Let's go ahead and take this thing apart now to see what the insides look like after 500 rounds. So here we are, here are the insides, and honestly, they look pretty much the exact same as when I got them. You do see a little bit of carbon buildup back here on the slide, a little bit of brass shaving back here, but that's pretty average for having this many rounds through. Nothing else seems adversely worn, so let's go ahead and get this thing back together and go over some final thoughts. Now, this is kind of a mini review. Again, we've only got 500 rounds through it, and I haven't been able to run it through a competition or on the move yet. This has all been static shooting inside Applied Ballistics, our local firing range. Props go out to Applied Ballistics for giving me a discount on the ammo that I've put through this thing. The ammo that's been running through this is Midwest ammo. They're 115 grain 9mm, and it has functioned flawlessly through this. This ammo has given me issues in some other guns, and if I had started seeing issues in this one, I probably would have swapped ammo to see if it was ammo related. But the Midwest Industries has functioned flawlessly over 500 rounds. The slide is locked back every time the magazine has gone empty. Every round is fed, fired, and ejected from this thing. So I would say that this thing is extremely reliable thus far. We will see once we get it out into competition if the hustle and bustle of running around causes me to push malfunctions or if it maintains that reliability. So that's it for this time, guys. A small kind of midlife review of my CZ P10F. I just wanted to get this information out to you guys, so if you're looking for a P10F, you could kind of have an idea of what you were looking at performance-wise in the first 500 rounds. Remember, guys, if you found this video useful, go ahead and like and subscribe down below. If you're looking forward to the full review of the P10F, P10F, please hit that notification bell and keep an eye out. We come out with videos every week, and we have a bi-weekly live chat covering various aspects of the firearm hobby. Remember guys, I appreciate every one of you, and until next time, do your research, get informed, and get to work.